Just a gorgeous fall afternoon in the heart of Texas. No weather to speak of. Sun out, roof open. Yes, yes, and yes. A great day for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with the Buffalo Bills. The bye weeks are over. It's all about football all the time as we're underway here in Week 13.
Here we go. 53, Mike. Let's go, D. Check your hot read. Bang.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. This one caught left side by Cooper. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Here's the man who's led the league in rushing twice in 3 seasons, Ezekiel Elliott. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. For Zeke, what a first 3 years he's had in the NFL. Last year, his 2nd rushing title, 1,434 yards. Not as many as 1,631 that he had as a rookie, but still his yards per game average was the best in the National Football League.
Hey, watch it. We're going to 54.
First down, Prescott. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Matt Milano make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
We're going to 53. Trump. 49 to Mike. Hey, watch the slant. Here we go. Going to 54. Going to 56.
Here's Prescott. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards the pickup there. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 47. Here's Elliott, and an alley to run. The 20. And he is down deep into Buffalo territory. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now Elliott. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Cowboys take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken short. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. LaShawn McCoy, the 31-year-old running back, his first carry. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 34.
All right, I've got to be careful here. All right, he's on the plus side of 30. There may be a little gray in the beard, but that's not slowing down his speed as far as he's concerned.
What are you saying? I'm on the plus side of 30.
Well, if you're on the plus side of 30, you all know what I'm on the plus side of. All I know is that run right there, let us know there's still some life in those legs.
Absolutely, still got a lot of life left in those legs.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the Cowboys 41.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Jim, smooth. Staying open. Hey, watch it.
Here's Allen. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long.
56. Hey, Charlie.
And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Check. Walk 54. Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback. Alert. D-line, get that quarterback. Hey, C6. Mike 54. Bound to lose one.
On 3rd and long, it's Allen. And that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. Back deep for the Cowboys, Tavon Austin. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division, looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what?
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jerry Hughes. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24.
Watch twist. Here we go, 47. Gun. Get that quarterback. And all.
Prescott. And he slings one that's incomplete. Michael Gallup, that's who he was looking for. 3rd down here.
It's now 3rd down and long.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
58, right over there, right? 58, right there. Big stop, D. Big stop. Let's go.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Going to take a shot for Gallup. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Started the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
At the 9-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Pull it together. Check. Hey, kill.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Let's get off the field. Deuce. Mike's 49. Let's go.
The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Hey, we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. We go 47. 49. Go. Get out there. You ain't doing nothing today. 26.
On third down, it's Prescott. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Big Shaq Lawson gets the sack there.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick.
Come on, fellas.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Allen hands off to McCoy, and no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
Round 80. Check, Mike. Half down. Mike, 54. Get your swerve on.
He can run for it, and he will. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. Only a yard there on the keeper, but that's all he needed. First down.
And what a weapon to have when you can use your quarterback as a short yardage runner and pick up first downs.
Mike 54.
Now a first down carry here from McCoy. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. Tackle made there by Chidobe Awuzie. McCoy, 5th season with the Bills after those 6 in Philadelphia. And remember, he had 4 of 5 years as a 1,000-yard rusher, but then last season really dipped down, just above 500 yards, only 3 touchdowns. Of course, watch the age as well. He did turn 31 back in July. And now they'll throw with Allen. And that one almost intercepted. Call it a 50-50 ball. It falls incomplete, and now third down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Allen from the gun on third down. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. DeMarcus Lawrence racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Hey, kill! 47! Mike's 49! Then we're going to 53. Switch! Check 4! Here go 46! Us! Switch! 26!
Prescott from the gun. Buying time to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Mike, 49. Who that? 49 to Mike. 49 to 46.
Now Prescott. And that is incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away.
Let's go.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field. and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
He's got his running back, LaShawn McCoy. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1.
Check 55, coming to you, coming to you. Alert, alert, alert. Hey, you. Here we go. 55 is my guy, 55. Here we go. Go.
On first down, Allen. This for his running back, McCoy. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on second and inches.
Hey, Wood. I don't think you got it, son. Mark 55. Let's put him on the bus.
Allen. He almost had it. The big D lineman nearly had an interception. Instead, it falls down incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. They'll try and run for it with McCoy. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Throwing on first down is Allen. Looking downfield for Jones. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. Well, earlier in the quarter when the defense was keying on the run, you said offensively they need to open things up, take some shots downfield. Didn't work there, but they did it.
Yeah, I'm not going to change my tune now. I still think it's the right play because when you take those shots downfield, you open the eyes of the defense to what you could do to them, and that may open some things up for you offensively.
Allen will try again on second down. He's going deep for Brown, and this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Hey, high 7.
To the air, Allen. He sets to fire deep. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. So we've reached halftime with just the lone touchdown here. 7-0. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken very short. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
At the 25-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
56. You got cut. Off 52. Check.
To throw, it's Allen. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Here we go. Check. 5 wide.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. It appears they're going to come up empty on this first drive of the second half, still down by that slim margin.
Yeah, and that's okay. You know, when you sit and analyze it, they're not happy about what happened, having to go to the bench. But this gives them a chance to let their defense do some work while they on the sidelines go over what they're doing offensively and formulate a proper plan.
It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Hey, kill. 27. 49, guys. Mike, 49.
Looking to throw. Prescott. This is Cobb with a catch right side. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already on their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and pressure advantage.
To return is Roberts. Great blocking, nearly sprung in there. 28-yard return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try to figure out what is working, and call more of that.
The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender, and then the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, it's sometimes a thing of beauty.
Snap comes at 1, and it's Allen. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Go, go.
3 bucks. Check, 55.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Allen. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Six guys. 55, my God, 55. Ready? Motion. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Whip. Watch the whip.
And that'll set them back 5. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
Hey, check right. Hey, Charlie. You got nothing. Mark 55.
Throwing now is Allen. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
Here we go.
At their own 16-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
At the 21-yard line.
10th carry now for Elliott. Room here to run. Ezekiel Elliott gonna take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken short, and he's going to go out of bounds on the return. He won't even get this thing back to the 10-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Check. Crunch. 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 Middle. Mike 55. Hey, team 6. Team 6.
Mike 55. Mike 55.
It's been a long day for you.
Check. 55.
Allen now on first down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10.
53's Mike. Come on.
This is Elliott. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And it's now 21-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken very short. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
The throw down the field, caught by his running back. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Allen now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's first and 10.
Run. Rush in.
Chopper. Half 85. Hey, Alpha.
Now Allen. He finds Yeldon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
48's Mike.
Here's Allen on first and 10. He's going deep for Brown. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. That one was intended for John Brown. And now it's second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a second and 10.
Under 10. 10.
Pass.
55's Mike. got 55.
You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing.
Mike, 50.
To throw again. Allen. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Cowboys. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Number 53, Mike 53. Rip right. Hey, let him go, kill. 26.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Back now in Arlington. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Here we go, D. It's just.
They go to Elliott again. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down and 5.
Here we go. 53, Mike. Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go. 53 is the Mike. 53 is the Mike.
We're going to 54. Right here. Gun.
53 is Mike. Check. 26.
Prescott to throw it. And that's Elliott, complete. And he is down deep into Buffalo territory. A big play here for Dallas. 42 yards.
I'm not sure this is how they had it drawn out on paper, but this is going to work out for them and then some, right? They've got a big chunk they've got to pick up. They decide to check it down, and he just turns into a pure athlete and makes a huge play for them.
So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10.
He's checking. Kill. Crash.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two.
At the Bills' 22-yard line.
Here we go. Check 53. They can't hang with us. Check 3. Here we go, 47. Check 15. Check 15. Check 37. Check 37. Then we're going to 53. 26.
On 2nd and 12, Prescott. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 12, and he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step 1. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still 3-score game, though, 4th quarter. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 18. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Cole Beasley, the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Mike 55.
Allen again here on 2nd and 10. He's going to float this over the middle deep, and that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense, great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, and especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to him.
Mike 54.
Throwing is Allen on third. And that's caught by Beasley. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. How about 25 yards on third down? They'll take it. First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. On first and 10, Allen. That'll be taken in by Beasley. Touchdown, Buffalo. Cole Beasley, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bills get a bit closer. And, man, Charles, talk about zinging something in there. Those gloves, they help with one-handed catches, the fun stuff. Any padding for a rocket like that?
One would think so, but I'll guarantee you this. After that throw, his hands will hurt later. Not right now in the moment. He's just feeling good about catching it.
Yeah, a little stinger, but a touchdown.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a 2-score game, the interception that led to a touchdown. You'd have to think they're a little more careful here if they do indeed try to throw the football.
Yeah, and I was a little surprised by the last throw. You know, that type of throw with this type of a game, I'm going to be very careful about it. Maybe the only throw you make is maybe a toss to your halfback or something like that. Otherwise, take care of the thing and finish this bad boy off.
26-yard line.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Hey, kill. Switch gears. 61. Match ball. Check 31.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
47. Go, get out 20.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Letting one fly deep for... He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Cowboys. Amari Cooper, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, How do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive.
56, 56. Hey, orbit.
Allen now throwing again. Looking downfield for Jones. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A big play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bills cut into that lead.
You've got to understand situational football because they're playing with the lead here late in the ball game. So the back defender has got to be as deep as the deepest receiver. Keep everything in front of you, rally up and make the play.
Yeah, you would think they had the 3-score lead. Now it's down to 2, but 3-score lead here late, that they wouldn't give up a big pass play like that, but they did. And the Cowboys are able to recover. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win.
Hey, count. 47.
Don't get nervous. Shift. 66. Pull it. Pow.
26.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
I'm here all day. I'm here.
We go 47.
53's the mark. 53. Check 54. All day.
26.
On third down, it's Prescott. And that will be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter. He's been terrific so far. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And the Bills will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. In his own end zone, it's Allen. And that's incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Allen to throw from his end zone. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
Hey, Delta.
55, Mike 55. Hey, eat. Yeah. You don't want none. Motion.
From his end zone on 3rd and long, Allen. He finds McCoy. They were looking for a little spark and some breathing room. They got it right there, a gain of 14 and a first down. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Bravo.
On first down, Allen. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. A first down carry by Elliott. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Good gain there on first down. It keeps them in a running situation, probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. Again, it's Elliott. And he's taken down inside the 30. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
On first down, Pollard. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for the Cowboys, they'll hit double digits with their 10th win of the year. And they'll get the weekend off now as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, this loss cost them in the playoff chase as they fall back to 7-5 on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.